नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्यो मा मृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning, Shubhodaya. Online students, hope you are able to join and speaking to the camera. I don't get to meet you. You get to see me, but I don't get to see you also. Hope you're also having a joyful time learning the language online. Right now, please see page number 96 for today's quote. Today I want to talk something on patriotism, Desha Bhakti. Swamiji, what he is saying, Swamiji's prediction for India, this quote contains: the longest night seems to be passing away, the sorest trouble seems to be coming to an end at last, the seeming corpse appears to be awaking. She is awakening, this motherland of ours, from her deep, long sleep. None can resist her anymore, never is she going to sleep anymore. No outward powers can hold her back anymore, for the infinite giant is rising to her feet. So the longest night seems to be passing away. What was this longest night that Swamiji is referring to? The longest night is this foreign subjugation. You know, India was under foreign rule for almost 800 years. Okay, we could not rule ourselves. People came from outside and ruled over us. Not for a day or two, for a year or two, for nearly 800 years of subjugation, slavery, political slavery. So any nation would lose its faith, would lose its confidence in itself. So that's what happened to India also. So when Vivekananda came, he saw, what did he see? Across the country, it was all ignorance, superstition, poverty. It was too terrible, and Swamiji couldn't bear to see. And then he wanted to uplift his motherland. How can I do that? What should I do? Vedic India was glorious. What was India then and what is India now? Vivekananda compared. And so he had tears in his eyes and And also, he felt so much for the motherland. You know, in 1500, in the year 1500, India's contribution in the total GDP of the world is 25%. India's contribution in the GDP of the world is 25%. One fourth of the GDP of the world, actually, India contributed. In fact, Columbus wanted to discover route to India because India was such a prosperous country. Who would go to a poor country? He took such a risk, actually. He wanted to find a sea route for India because he knew that India was a very prosperous nation. He wanted to establish a business with India and so that they would prosper there. So ultimately, of course, he landed on American shores. The thing is, because of this subjugation, we became poor. Britishers looted us, to the extent of how much actually British had looted India? $45 trillion, according to one estimate. $45 trillion. I don't know how many of you really know what is a trillion, and $45 trillion means what. So it's almost nearly, I think, 1.5 times the present America's GDP. So the thing is, Swami is now saying, yes, all these days my country has been in slumber, it will rise again. And so, of course, in the first half of the 20th century, we were under British rule. 1947, we got independence. First 50 years, we were trying to, experiment with this and that. Those experiments did not. Okay, some results we got, but not greatly successful because of the education system. Mediocre minds actually designed education system to produce mediocre people. That was one reason for the, backwardness that still we see in this country. But Swamiji predicted that in 21st century India would rise. The other day in Global Spirituality Mahotsav, I don't know how many of you attended. There actually the Minister of State for Culture, Arjun Ram Meghwal, he quoted saying, Swamiji, that the 21st century is the century of India. That's true, the world is witnessing today. The world is actually witnessing. The giant actually has risen up to its feet. The Leviathan that has been sleeping for centuries has risen to its feet, and yes, India will be a dominant force in the world, the 21st century, both not only in economy, militarily, it's also culturally and spiritually, mainly culturally and spiritually. So it would have been much greater by now, even now, but for this educational system which had failed the nation, in my opinion. ఇంతకుముందు కూడా చెప్పాను మీకు చాలాసార్లు. The primary, you go and take education in Japan, okay, you will fall in love with this country. You study and take your education in America, you will fall in love with that country. You go and study in Germany, you will fall in love with that country. Only in India, you will not fall in love with this country if you get education here. భారతదేశంలోనే అది అదౌర్భాగ్యం ఉంది. మన వాళ్ళు అట్లా రాశారు పుస్తకాలు. You just see Vivekananda, how patriotic he was. Okay, దేశభక్తి, ఎంత దేశభక్తి ఉండేది ఆయనకి. ఎందుకు దేశభక్తి అవసరం అంటే, మనం కనుక కరెక్ట్గా దేశభక్తి పోసి ఉండుంటే విద్య ద్వారా ఈ దేశంలో కరప్షన్ ఉండేది కాదు. టుడే కరప్షన్ ఈజ్ ఈటింగ్ ఇన్ టు ద వైటల్స్ ఆఫ్ ద నేషన్. You don't know, most of you, the quantum of corruption that exists in this country is too heavy and too high. Unbelievable. Why such a situation has happened? Because you have not taught spiritual values as part of the education system. And because of that, you have not even taught patriotism. Forget about spiritual values. Okay, when you are citizen of the country, what should be your first responsibility? To love your motherland, to love the country in which you live. To love the country means to love your fellow citizens. If you love your fellow citizens, will you become corrupt? You are not even loving, but you are exploiting your fellow citizens. That's what corruption is. And still, actually, we want to coexist with this. Today, nobody is speaking against it. Maybe 80% become corrupt, so we continue with this kind of system. No. You must eradicate this. You must get out this cancer. You must cure it. The sooner, the better. So, that's why Swamiji said patriotism. And somebody asked Vivekananda, one more disciple of Vivekananda, Swamiji, you have given us so much. Vivekananda himself said, I am selling my brain in America to raise funds for my country. ఎవరు అడిగారు, మీరు చాలా ఫిలాసఫీ చెప్పడానికి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చారు? ఐ హ్యావ్ నాట్ కమ్ టు టీచ్ ఫిలాసఫీ మేడం. ఐఎమ్ సెల్లింగ్ మై బ్రెయిన్ ఇన్ అమెరికా, ఇన్ ద స్ట్రీట్స్ ఆఫ్ అమెరికా, టు మేక్ మనీ ఫర్ మై మదర్ ల్యాండ్. స్వామి చెప్పాడు, నేను నా బ్రెయిన్ అమ్ముకుంటున్నాను ఇక్కడ నా దేశంలో మళ్ళీ, ఓకే, సహాయం చేయడానికని. సో స్వామీజీ, వాట్ కెన్ వీ డూ ఫర్ యూ? యూ హ్యావ్ గివెన్ అస్ సో మచ్. స్వామీజీ సెడ్, లవ్ ఇండియా. is patriotism. Mahatma Gandhi said after reading Vivekananda, my love for country has increased thousandfold. వివేకానంద స్వామి చదివిన తర్వాత నా దేశభక్తి 1000 రెట్లు పెరిగింది అంటాడు. ఫాదర్ ఆఫ్ ద నేషన్కే దేశభక్తిలో లెసన్స్ నేర్పాడు వివేకానంద. ఆయన చదివిన తర్వాతనే నా దేశభక్తి అన్ని రెట్లు పెరిగింది అన్నాడు మహాత్మా గాంధీ. ఓకే, సచ్ ఎ గ్రేట్ patriot he was. And if you read actually Swamiji, you will understand, because you also will fall in love with this country, because he talks about the glory of this civilization. About India, many foreigners have praised in different ways. I just want to quote you one person, one great man's statement on India. Mark Twain, American humorist and author, he said, so far as I am able to judge, nothing seems to have been left undone, either by man or nature, to make India the extraordinary country that the sun visits on his rounds. Nothing seems to have been forgotten, nothing overlooked. ఇది ఎవరి స్టేట్మెంటు? మార్క్ ట్వెయిన్ అని అమెరికన్ ఆథర్ అండ్ హ్యూమరిస్ట్, భారతదేశం గురించి చెప్పినటువంటి మాట. సో ఫార్ as I am able to judge, he says, nothing seems to have been left undone, either by man or nature, to make India the most extraordinary country that the sun visits on his rounds. These are all actually, Max Muller also said more or less same, like there are so many such great thinkers. They have talked about India and its glory, but we are not taught it as part of the educational system. That's our unfortunate state of affairs in this country. But anyway, I want to tell you that you read Vivekananda, you will become great patriots. We need patriotic individuals, not mediocre individuals. Okay? Thank you. Nice day.